Hello. Today I would like to talk about police disbanding and the current racial unrest. And I would like to look at some of the reasons why we are at this place. Currently, the planets are aligning to draw us in to our shadow work. And that would mean that work that maybe we're not aware of, things that we've been uncomfortable with over time, but really haven't exactly looked at, past life karma. All of these things are issues that are coming up right now. And I would like to talk about how they relate back to the police departments and the racial unrest that we have. Now, I want to preface this in that I do not support any kind of disrespect or disregard for police officers. I believe that that they're a part of our system, and they're our brothers and sisters. They're our people, and that we at all times need to keep that in our minds because they do provide us a service, not always the way we like, but they provide us a service. And I think that there are inherently some problems with the way they provide service due to their foundation, their karma. And so at this time, there is a shaking up of the process of how we go forward, and much needed shakeup of this process. And one of the things, as the Minneapolis Police Department disbands, that is very interesting is in Camden, New Jersey, some years back, disbanded their police force. And the end result was that their overall crime rate in the community went down by 14%. Now, they have peacekeepers in their community, and their peacekeepers have ways of providing a legitimate process of law enforcement. But by taking away the threat of violence, they took away a lot of the issues that they have in terms of this kind of this undercurrent. And no matter what, the police department doesn't seem to be immune to the racial problems that we face. And so, yes, for very good reasons right now, we need to look at this, and we need to work on making sure that our officers are well educated, that they're properly trained, and that they're properly supported to do their job. I feel like if I know for myself, I'm an empath. I sense these things. I can't help but feel it from all angles. A police officer that goes into a situation where he has or she has to confront a dramatic situation that maybe they're not even comfortable with doing. It's not even in alignment with who they are. And yet they find themselves in these circumstances, and what they're left with is to react. And that's where the danger is. And they're trained to react as if their very life is in danger. Now, I'm not going to say that excuses George Floyd's death. It does not. It was obvious that that was a very, very racially motivated attack upon the community, that it was disgusting and gross, and I can't even begin to tell you how disgusted I am. Okay, so with that, I want to ask the cards. Is this police action at this time about the karma and bringing us back to a place of balance that we so dearly need? And with that, I will begin. Okay. So we're asking the cards. Minneapolis Police Department is currently voted to disband due to their many racial issues that they deal with. I'll bring the camera down so you can see the shuffle. So pardon me while I learn my camera stuff. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's ask the cards. Police disbanding cards, and we are using the Spellcaster deck. Police disbanding. Please tell us, Spirit, about this police disbanding. Help us understand, in the face of this time that we're in, astrologically, our bits and bytes, help us to understand, is this a necessary step in our process of karma, of healing, of reorganizing? Is this spirit the necessary element? Taking it apart, losing that which no longer serves. Is that what we see here, Spirit? Help us understand what we're seeing here. Because this is a time like no other. I know for me, I have, because my children are brown, I have experienced some law enforcement racial disregard. So I know it exists. I speak from experience. And then I've also had experience with officers who have been very kind to me and have provided me very good information. So, you know, we can't paint with one brush. There is no one brush. There's always variety in between. So, you know, I want to caution people that it isn't all one way. And we need to open our minds. We need to do the healing. We need to let this process unfold. And as much as it is difficult for us right now, there's a part of me that feels hope for the future, because we are going to clean this up. It isn't going to stay this way, okay? And the stars say so. But right now, we're in it. We're in the thick of the pain. So our question is about Spirit, what are we doing here? Why are we in this so thick? And is disbanding police department something that is needed to look at our karma, our shadow work? Is it something here to help us resolve our current state? Okay. And this is a spellcaster deck, if I didn't say so, and a Celtic cross. Okay, so to start this off, we have a 7 of Pentacles. A lot of hard work. I got to make sure you guys can see these cards. A lot of hard work is going on here. This is hard work. It's hard work to look at our karma. It's hard work to do our shadow work. It's hard to be where we're at. But what we're being crossed by is the 8. I think that, yeah, the 8 of Cups, sorry. Kind of looking at things, looking at how we've got here. Why are we here? What can we do to help ourselves? We've got a lot of reflecting to do. And what's above is the King of Cups, the loving King who wants to provide us a way forward, who has had his hand in helping us to see that the way we are functioning is no longer serving. As a society, we want to get along. We want to have a way to interact. This is, yeah, as the Lovers card, we're looking for ways to make our system, our society work. but it is built upon a foundation that doesn't work. It's built upon a foundation that is out of greed. It is designed not to protect people as we think of it. It's really designed to protect money. And so, yes, we certainly need to rethink why we have the police department. I think that there are several reasons why, we find it horribly irritating the way it's played out for us. But largely, our police departments have been set up as a means to protect, more so than people, financial interests. So that could be a reason why at this time it's just not working. It can't work based upon this. We are spiritual beings with a spiritual journey and spiritual laws. And for us to be functioning with our focus in greed, and these are past cards now, I will say, what goes on above, so goes on below. And you've got the King of Pentacles in the above position, looking to bring love and peace to us. And down below, it demonstrates the greed that takes place at this time, the reasons for such harsh law enforcement. But at this time, the beauty is the Chariot, rapid transformation. Things are about to lift off. And I like this Chariot because it has the lotus flower in it. Plenty to be hopeful for. And I do believe our police department and the people in it, as a rule, want this to be a place that is good and hopeful and right. What is currently going on is judgment. We're all tired of seeing this. I don't care if it is George Floyd or a gentleman standing with people of color being knocked to the ground in a very callous way. We're tired. We are ready for this to stop. And so, yes, Spirit is very much saying, yes, this no longer belongs in this place. Judgment is here. And take your chances, do your bad things, and we will all see and we will all judge. And that's beautiful, because in that, there's not only hope for us, but there's hope for the police department, because they don't belong in that kind of a space. It isn't healthy for their souls either. What's coming is justice. We are going to see in the very near future justice. That is, to me, a beautiful card in this future position. And I can't wait to see it, because I want to believe that having law enforcement is a good thing, that having people of color is a good thing, that having people that come over the border because they need a place to make their way in life is a good thing. I want to see us open up and accept that we are human race, that we need to love each other because we're all one. And if we have rotten humans in one place, we are all sick and we need to get well. In our hopes and fears position, it is a completion cycle, the Nine of Pentacles. We are, at this time, we've worked hard. The police departments most likely have worked hard for their agenda, and they are going to work harder in the future because, well, to clear this up, they do have to do their work. They do have to look deep. They do need to resolve the very poor feelings that communities have towards them. To conclude, I have a Six of Swords. moving on to calmer waters. Things are going to improve. As much as it doesn't look like it right now, disbanding the police departments, rethinking them and bringing them forward is, in fact, as I can tell from these cards, a calling from Spirit. And because I got an extra card in this actual reading, I got the Three of Wands, that there will be discussion. There will be people coming forward with ideas that will cause us to shift. There is a very simple saying: change your mind, change your life. And I would say that right now, we're in a place where we're being asked to change our minds. At the bottom of the pack, we have the Ten of Wands. We've been carrying a very heavy burden. We've been carrying a very heavy load. And by rethinking some things, by relooking at things, we're not only doing right for ourselves, we're doing right for society. And it is time that we relook at how our police departments were put together, what kind of people we bring into the police department, and how we can properly go forward in a way that functions as a compassionate process. And with that, I conclude. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And if you would like a reading, please join me on www.twiggie.com, and that is TWIGGIE. I thank you for joining me here today.